Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Kryptocraft with your host, Nighthawk. I'm here on the Kryptocraft server all by my little lonesome, and thought it would be a good time to get some additional resource production going here. So one of the things, not quite as bad right now, but one of the things that we have been short on has been tin and copper. And even though we're actually in pretty good shape right now, I really expect it to be a problem in the future as well. Now, we have this wonderful, great big huge tank of lava, and one of the cool things you can do with this great big huge tank of lava is you can pipe it into an industrial centrifuge, and from that you can create tin and copper and electrum and all sorts of goodness. So we're gonna get this silly little slime out of the way. Where is this guy? Got another one of those little guys. He must be right above my head. So we are going to take this liquiduct here and run this over to the area above there. And this is not, we're not going to actually get through all of the automation tonight, I don't think, just because in order to do the automation the way I want to do it, we need loads of tin and copper to make some brass to make the red power tubes. So we're probably not going to get into that. And now that we have our conduit run, we need to provide a quick death for this guy, and we need to provide a redstone signal to this conduit. We can't put a torch directly on it, but what we can do is we can stick a block here and put a torch on that. No. We can stick a block, come here, block, here, and put a redstone torch on it. There we go. So now we got lava pouring out. You can see it's pretty much staying constant because the magma crucible up here, or not magma crucible, the liquid transposer is going to just keep pumping out lava cans. And I do have a couple little things that I still have to tweak on this configuration, because as long as if the liquid transposer is low on power, it outputs the gate over here outputs a redstone signal, and that causes the transposer, or the filter here, to lock, which means that it won't actually load any more cans. So, small problem there. Not really a big deal, because even with what we're planning on doing here, I don't think we'll ever really use that much lava. And I'm just planning on using this open area over here, and we'll actually make this connection. Let's go ahead and get this linked. So there's lava poured in here, and we're going to start by putting, well, let's start by putting our centrifuges on top of this pipe. Give it one more block here. And oops, connect those. Okay, now we should be seeing these centrifuges will start filling up with lava. We got 15 there, 11 in this one, 5 over here. So it'll take a little while for them to actually finish filling up, and while they are doing that, we're going to bring another line over this way, and that should be enough. We're going to face these the opposite direction for the moment and hook them up. So these guys will start getting lava. You can see he's actually turned on. Well, maybe not actually turned on, but they are They are starting to get lava. Now I've got some double insulated gold cable here, which will be fine for this. I decided to go with the gold just to avoid any loss that I might possibly see otherwise. Oh, that's a little unfortunate in the placement that I ended up with, but because now we end up with a little bit of a loop here, but that should be okay. So we're up to 39 lava here. And these guys, you can see it's starting to get filled up with lava. And these guys are starting to output power. They're basically just going to load up the pre-charge that the centrifuges can hold before they start running. And the idea here is once this finishes loading, let's see if we can find this recipe. And we can look and see what we get. Whoops. There it is. So from 64 lava, it'll take about 20 minutes, give or take. No, about 40 minutes, give or take. And we get 8 tin, 6 electrum, and 16 copper, and some tungsten dust. So all sorts of good things. Back up. Usage. And this tungsten dust we can make into wolframium cells if we so desire. And we can turn it into tungsten ingots in the blast furnace. And let's see, what is that? Apparently you can use tungsten as an amplifier in the mass fabricator. So you could use this in place of scrap. Be kind of silly to do, but so that's the idea, and we'll keep an eye on this. The two big one, we need all of this stuff. So we need the tin, we need the copper, and we're going to need loads of electrum as well. So you can see these guys have started running their cycle. Got 3 of them going now. And this guy is probably getting pretty close here. And it is going to eat up a pretty good chunk of lava initially. And these guys, I think they'll do okay keeping this little bit running here. I may have to actually move them back a little bit further, because my intent was to set up an array of either MFEs or bat boxes or something along those lines as a intermediate layer. So anyway, now we have all 4 of our little centrifuges going here, and a little bit later we'll have a nice little batch of metal bars, and the next part of this will be to set up a machine to draw all of the materials out of these machines as they finish. And to do that, we're going to look at red power machines. So I'm going to let these run, and once they finish this first cycle, then I will be right back. Okay, and we are back, and the industrial centrifuges, these first 2, have finished their first batch of materials here. So you can see we've got 16 copper, 8 tin, 6 of the electrum, and some tungsten. So very cool way of getting some resources that we're in pretty big needs of. We're not too bad off on the copper and tin right now, but this is a great way to get electrum, a much cheaper method, which we can use an awful lot of this electrum if we want to. And it's really it's actually used for a lot of things. I didn't realize it was used for some of these GregTech machines, like these buffers and the crop harvester. But one of the big things is you can use it to make the glass fiber cable. And it's, I think, the most efficient way of making the glass fiber cable. So we can use 2 electrum and a diamond gets us 8 glass fiber cable instead of either 4 or 6 with either silver or redstone. So a much more efficient way of making our glass fiber cable, which we're going to need a lot of it in the future to run all our cabling around. So that's a good thing. And you can see it's back up to full. This one also finished, and we'll grab the stuff out of it. These two, I was trying to run the, change how the power was running a little bit, and turned off a couple of the engine, or the generators for a while, try and see if I could run them less, and, well, there wasn't quite enough energy, so they're a little bit behind there. But we've already got 32 copper, and some tungsten, and some tin, and some electrum, so that's a pretty good thing. And where is that stupid slime? I do need to make some changes to this system. It doesn't get too far behind now, since all of these are up and running, but it did get quite a ways behind when we first plugged everything in. And the reason for that is, you can see there's no cells in the in slot right now. And that's because this filter here is getting clogged. Well, not really clogged, but it's getting jammed by this redstone signal here. So there's a couple of ways that we can get around this, but it's all going to... the entirety of it revolves around shifting the positioning of this whole machine. So what we're going to do is... we've got plenty of lava to last here, so I'm not too worried about that. We're going to go ahead and dismantle all of this stuff. And we're going to adjust how this thing is laid out. So let's just grab all of the things here. We'll put the empty cans in here. I'll keep one of these full cans, because we're going to need that to change, to program the filter. And we need these, and this. And we need this ender chest. So let's... wow, that took a while. Let's do a little bit of program, or of organizing here. First of all, we know we need the pipe going into the tank. And we know that our transposer... actually, we don't have any regular blocks here. I'm going to go grab a couple of pieces of dirt here. Hold on. That's not what I wanted. Okay, this might be a little bit trickier than anticipated to get some dirt. Do I have any dirt close? Oh, there we go. I just need a couple of pieces of dirt to do some layout here. Much easier here. Okay, let's get back up on top. Now, what we are going to need to do here... so let's take some dirt. Let's say we put the transposer right here, which we should be able to do. We can take and put our engine on top, like, well, we'll have to turn it around, but we'll put the engine on top. We'll have another piece of liquiduct, and then we can have our our return pipe this way. We'll have the liquiduct, or the liquid transposer, face this way. Switch the mode to empty, and if we put our gate here, we set this to can store energy, we'll turn on the engine. Let's flip our engine over. And I might have to prime the engine with one of the fuel cans, but that's okay. And now we take our filter, and I gotta change its direction around. And I always get this one confused. I never managed to do it the right direction the first try. We'll put that here. And now we just need to bring our transport pipe around. Whoops, get back up here. I don't know if I have enough of this pipe right now to change this, so I might have to go... Yeah, I'm gonna have to go get some more pipe. But we'll bring this around back to here. We'll put one of these lava cans in here. Need our covers. Now the nice thing about this orientation for the machine is that we don't need to have the wires going, because this will power the transposer just fine. And it shouldn't, this shouldn't trigger the engine either. So let's grab one of these. And we need to turn that like so. That should be... Okay, what am I missing here? This should be triggering... Something's still missing, unless this is actually powering the... Let's try taking this out. Get this switched back here. Is that really powering it through? That's going to be annoying. Okay, so can store energy. Wow. Okay, so apparently there is no way that I can actually... Well, actually, there is one way that I can do it, but I can't do it with this particular kind of gate. What I'll have to do... excuse me. What I'll have to do is actually get an iron gate. Whoops. And change this so that the gate being turned on powers a red wire on the pipe, and then have another gate that actually turns the redstone signal on to connect to the engine. So that's really annoying that it actually powers through this block. And it's too bad that you can't make it so that it doesn't output. But I guess that's just the way it is. So we're going to let this guy power up. That's probably enough. Well, it will empty at least one of these, which will cause it to fill up this pipe and start filling the engine. And it should keep this, it should keep the engine full regardless, at least over the course of a few of these lava cans. I'm just going to cheat and take some of these lava cans and stick them in. Just because... yeah, and I guess this doesn't really matter if I have this programmed this way. There we go. So let's... Come on. There we go. Okay, let's change this to be... It's orange there. We need blue here. We need yellow here. And orange there. So that got more power into, or more lava into the crucible. So let's take this. Whoops, no, not that. let's take these, and we'll just hook these. Okay, no. We'll hook these back up the way we had it originally. And we'll have to come back with a different way to connect those later on. But we can still change this so that at full energy it outputs a redstone signal, and change this to require low, so that when it's... What should happen is when this is completely full... yeah, I think that will be okay, because it should always have... It should always end up with lava cans in it. Actually, you know what? When it's... Yeah, I think that's going to be the best way. Because it should always end up with lava cans in it. It should never end up full power without lava cans. I don't know. I guess I'm going to have to keep my eyes on it. Yeah. And I don't really like the way that's set up yet. I'll have to come up with a better way. We'll have to make some redstone, or some red pipe wire and some upgraded gates and do some different things here to make this work the way I want it to work. And really the idea is just so that I can control the engine state without disturbing this filter. So you can see the lava, when the lava is pushed out into the liquiduct, it flows both directions, so it fills the magma engine at the same time. And most of the lava is going to end up in the lava tank regardless, just because that's where there is going to be room. But if the magma engine needs any lava, then it will get filled up every time first. Anyway, I think that's going to do it for this episode, and I'll have to see if I can continue making some tweaks here. And we'll go down and see if we've got any more resources. The outer two, I think, are done. So yeah, these are done. Let's collect the resources from these guys. And these guys are about halfway done. Now, I will probably be making some more of these centrifuges and hooking up more geothermal generators, but first, before I do that, I need to get some red power pipes made and hooked up, and then hook up some MFSUs and things like that. Maybe not. I might only put like an MFE and hook that up to a couple of bat boxes to output power. The idea being to have enough power, enough MFE, or enough bat boxes or MFEs or similar connected to output enough power for all of the centrifuges, and then any level of input power is usable. It's just a matter of how many outputs that you wire into the system. So I'm going to go get some of those resources put together, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.